So, hello, Professor. My name is Zipang. So, now today I want to talk about the Gamified Referral promotions, dark parents, and the cybersecurity risk using the term as this case in Australia. So, Temu as the online shopping platform increasing look like the games price wills cutting down terms, cash reward, and friendly invitations. So in this presentation, I will take the Tune as a case studies, and I want to be clear from the outside that I'm not to assume the team as broken the level in Australia. Instead, I just want to ask the normal questions to what extent this GameFi design is exposed in Australia user to privacy and consumer protection and the cybersecurity risk, and how should the Australia level and the policy to respond to this question. So now, after research, I found the Tune have the six means the GameFi promotion. So the first is that spell in the well discount. So second is cut down timer like this one, and the cash reward game like this, like this is gift, and the second is friend emotion. It's a very important things in the team in the promotions. So like this to share with the friends, share with the families. So near the price progress bars, like this, and in app game like the Fishland and Shake and Win. This is all the games. So that's all is individual. So each look like the ordinary the marketing, but take together they form like perspective architecture and the Australia consumer body discuss several of them as a tax is a dark parents. So to avoid overclaiming, my analysts spare the three layers. The layer one is observe intersection factors. Layer two is a potential legal risk. Layer three is actually funding of the illegally. So the my this analysis is based on the level two potential legal risk. So in other words, I'm not saying the tune is definitely so enforced. I just was asking whether it's a design to create privacy, consumer and cybersecurity risk that Australia levels should be serious. So this is how does one design create three legal problems in the team? Why some people always say team is legal is state form, dark parents. So from start with the privacy, the data protection because the collect behavior parents refer reflection and sometimes information about involve second. Consumer production. The design is a pressure based using urgency, progress bar, and social platform to influence detection. Third is cybersecurity. The design is virtual by nature because the user becomes the distribution channel of the forwarding links to friends and family. This is very important is at home for agriculture. Know the single legal farm seems the whole picture clearly. So this is why I refer the problem as cybersecurity issues as well. So first is confidentiality, second integrity, third is control dimension. So TIOM does not to cast the cybersecurity, but its form creates that what I call the social energies promise risk when the legal mate and the message look similarly. Repeat exposure made the weak user available to identify the screen. So the first legal form is privacy, data protection. So the Privacy Act 1988 applied to platform carrying on the business in Australia. Several Australia privacy participants are relevant. APP3 requires the collection to be reasonable necessary. APP1 and APP5 require the transparency and notice. APP6 limited the second use, and APP19 requires the security and the direction participant. So gamification creates the pleasure. All this participation it can generate continuous behavior data, such as the duty time, response of parents, and referring reduction, and the involution friends the consequence to nothing yet. 19% people say that they have no idea about the connected detail with be used. So the gap is the form consequence can be weighted by designs. So objective fear and reasonable standard is very important need. So the farm tool is consumer level. So section 18 and 29 of the Australia consumer law already reached to surprise amount of this. The racing price just before the discount code was hand misleading that catch accurately the reference price. The the ranking autonomy and layout is not just the word, it's misleading the consumer. So the Google is that to mislead using the personal location data setting screen mislead the user about the collection. So the counter are already willing to look to the designs, but here is the gap in the tune. So closing the gap is unfair trading practical art 2027. So Plamiton have just answered the gap. So this is as its corner is habitants conduct that manipulates consumer and reasonable disturbs that their decision making environment, and it add targeted rules on the cybersecurity trip and the dripping price. This is matter directly the tune style designs. The currently loopholes is that the designs manipulates rather than their diverse. So um, so this is the third form of cybersecurity. Tune state referring designs creates the pathway designs lead to behavior training, makes scam in limitation earlier. The user learn to trust referring the link, click quickly, and response to time pleasure. Scammers can copy the same brand urgency and referring form. So now the test leads law against criminal part 10.7 cover the offered downstream arts, but see nothing about the upstream designs. And by the vertiments lost has already happened. The stream arts cover commercial sending, but the user forwarding link is guilty area. The scam prevention farm week, but may not clearly cover online marketing. Each tools catch the slice, no regularly the design choice that makes the risk in the first place. That is a blinding spot. My assumption is that current farm work is not full adopted. There are three main reasons: fragmentation, OIC, ACCC, and ACMA, and the anti-scheme central, each of only the on-slice of the same design. Second is timing. Some of strange references are not yet full operation, and the fair and reasonable privacy test is still only a recommendation. Third is offer inference is difficult. Even the Australia level has each of on the paper investigation and recover against off story platform can be slow and costly. The deeper issues is that each assessment the design through their own list, but not regularly evaluates the designs as a whole. So I also fear of other sides. One could argue the gamification good values is sharpen competition, deliver real discounts. One is argue that consumer bear responsibility to should be read the term to stay other warm that over regulation term oriented perception into the unlawful conduct. All this is for, I think, it's not a proposal of the outright bans. My assumption is novel regulation should be focusing on whether the designs are substantive impair informed choice judged across a dimension like accuracy, flexible of access. On the test tune, practical current is set right behind the low for promotion and harmful designs. So I propose 5 reforms. First, making a fair and reasonable the day test so that the platform can just real on the unread constant stream. Secondly, regularly should point out the proposal unfair design such like fake timer, lucky reward, and cash outs. Third is recommendation transparency should appear in the user flow so that both of the invitor and invitee can understand what the data collect and what conditions are applied. Four is that the children's vaccine production um, children privacy rules should regulate gamification participants for mirror as a high risk. Last is the design's responsibility of the resulting freight should require the widely limitation platform to where fair on the real information within the application. This reform will not ban the gamification but will make it suffer and more responsibility. So overall, the term gamification recommendation and promotion is not just ordinary marketing. It's a heavy digital building. It's well to constrain interactive hidden state extraction distribution of the consumer decision making and behavior tools that scammers can use. The accident Australia laws provide useful tools through the privacy law, consumer law, and net supervision, but those tools are still limited and my final proposal is conditional. Gamification itself is not legal and actually discover need evidence in the tune, but the risks are serious enough to justify the reform. Australia should to move toward fair and reasonable privacy testing, consumer guild at the designs level, and platform responsibility to the resident threat. So that's all. Thank you.